to episode, what we were calling this, episode 0?
Yes.
Episode 0 of the Save Point podcast. It's going to be basically our Twitch show that wants to go into streaming and our hopefully going to be weekly or segmented podcasts and live stuff. So my name is Dan. So welcome, everybody. I want to introduce you to our team, the team that has been working behind the scenes for, what is this, a good month now?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Give or take.
Give or take. Yeah, a good month. So to what would be to everybody's right, we have a tyrant, or Jesus. Not that we call him Jesus, that's his name. So why don't you, with your most wonderful mic and all of that, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us about yourself. What are you playing right now?
Okay, hi. I'm known online as Tyrant Dominus. You can literally Google that and you'll find me. That's currently playing nothing too mainstream. Making my way slowly through God of War, but just kind of playing Fortnite here and there after work. But yeah, that's kind of me.
Awesome. To the top left, with the most boringest hair I've ever seen in my life. No, I'm only kidding. We have Grace, or however you say your...
I was going to say, do you want to give it a try?
No, not at all. I really don't.
Okay. Well, hi, I'm Grace. I'm also known as Jext101 on all platforms. You can find my YouTube by typing Jext101 into the chat. I think I'll probably have my name down below at some point, so I shouldn't have to spell it out for you, I would hope.
Because, we haven't had, issues with the cameras yet. So it's been fun trying to set this up. No, sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, you're totally fine. As for what I'm playing right now, I've been playing a lot of Skyrim. I caught the Skyrim bug. It has been a hefty month and a half straight of just sitting and playing Skyrim forever, making different characters. I also play League of Legends. I have been playing since mid-season 2. And I'm sort of on a hiatus, sort of not. Once I actually get into streaming, I'll probably actually be playing more just to put out content and do fun things like that.
Wonderful. And then to the bottom left, we have Steve, or Steve Zero, however you want to go about yourself.
That works. Works always. Yeah, Steve Zero. You can find me on Twitter, and I've got other podcasts and stuff. Yeah, that's me.
What's your other podcast that you have?
Oh, that is the Science Faction podcast. We talk about science and science fiction every week.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
So, yeah.
What are you playing right now?
Right now, minutes before, I've been playing State of Decay 2. It's been wonderful. Been playing a lot of that. I've also been playing some Destiny 2, and I've been playing Battlefront 2. A lot of 2s. All the sequels. I play every sequel, but never the original.
Okay. Awesome. And my name is Dan. Basically, tried to propose this project that we have going. So, I basically reached out and I found Jesus and Steve kind of on a whim on Reddit.
Yay, Reddit.
Yay, Reddit. And, we've been working with that, and then we said, hey, we need a female's perspective. So we decided to ask Grace, and she's been wonderful, and basically joining us. So that's been great. So what?
No, I'm reading chat.
Oh, you're reading chat? Okay. Yes,
yeah,
please.
I'll keep an eye on chat.
Excellent.
Yeah, awesome. Keep an eye on chat. Did we lose him for a second?
No,
Yeah.
no, you're good.
Oh,
That's
we're
fine.
good. Okay, cool.
Good,
So,
good.
just just really fast with this. It's we've had just the wonderful, wonderful time of trying to get this going. We're about 2 hours late. So with
Yeah.
this,
My bad, guys. My bad, guys.
so but it's just it's the having to update the computer. Chat welcomes Dan's forehead. Thanks. So now I'm gonna be is that better? So so that's us. So just as far as what I've been playing, State of Decay 2 I've been playing. I've been playing God of War, trying to finish that up, which I think is probably one of the best games that's come out this year so far.
Ooh, bold. Very bold.
All of that. And I think that's really about it. I've been playing around with my new rig, my new computer, trying to get that all set up, which has been a fun process. So all that. So let's get into our show today. And I think one of the biggest things that we want to talk about that's happening in 2 weeks, or actually the reason that we're into this show, is the E3 and what is going on and what we think our predictions would be, what we want to see, what we think would be really cool. And I think the best way to kind of start this out would be just to kind of talk about just kind of talk in progression of who, when the conferences come up, and we'll go from there. So if the first conference is going to be Sunday, and that's going to be EA's. Actually, that's going to be Saturday. I take that back. That's going to be June 9th, Saturday for Chicago time and Los Angeles time. It's going to be Saturday. So it's Los Angeles time is going to be at 11 o'clock. Chicago time is going to be 1 p.m. I'm not really too sure how what you guys think of EA. Obviously, they've had their little bit of problems in the past with the whole loot box thing.
Yeah.
And the Star Wars debacle. So anybody have anything that they want to talk about with EA? Anything that they want to bring up specifically with them?
Look, I've bought a lot of EA games, like Sims and the Battlefront and others that I can't think of right now. And, as far as the games they put out, it's fine. It's the greed that gets me. It seems like they're really out to get every little cent of ours, which, it's business. So I get it. It just sucks. And so I was one of those people that voted with my wallet with Battlefront 2 and said, nope, not going to buy it. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I'm just not going to do it until it was half off. And then I bought it because it was half off. So, that's my thoughts on EA. They're doing their thing. So, if you don't like it, just don't buy their games.
I think one of the big predictions that I think with EA and what they're really going to focus on is Anthem. They really hyped that up last year, and I think that it's going to either. I'm hoping for a release date of it this year. I don't think it's going to happen this year.
No way.
I think it's a 2019 game. But I think that they're really going to hype that up among all their sports stuff that they do. But I think that that's going to be their main focus is going to be Anthem.
Jesus, did you have something to say?
Yeah.
EA-wise, now I'm pretty done with them for the moment. Unless they can surprise me with something, EA's on the bottom of the list for me.
Yeah, honestly, I really don't have anything to say about EA either. EA is fine. That's just, I share a very similar opinion to Steve, where it's like, they have Sims, and that's really fun.
Stop. It just crashed.
We just crashed.
No.
We literally just crashed. How did that just happen?
EA heard us.
Yeah,
oh my
EA
God,
heard us.
They're listening.
Okay, we're going to pop back on when we can.
Okay.
What is going on here?
I don't know.
Oh, that's why.
Did you figure it out?
Yeah, go live. Okay. Go live. There we go. Let's see. Let's go back to here.
Oop, there we are.
Hey, we're back.
Hooray.
We're back.
Aha.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. We
That's fun.
we are testing out a certain type of streaming software, and it crashed on us. So that's one, guys. That's one.
You can say it, Dan. You can say it. I screwed up. I was gonna set up everything. Okay?
No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that because things are going to happen. So it's all good.
Everything's
But
fine.
so go ahead, Grace. You were talking.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that like EA is cool. Like I have always known EA for their sports games, and so just in general, I've kind of stayed away from them, which might sound rude, but like I don't like sports games. I don't. It's not what I like to play. But I mean, they have Sims, and that's really cool, but that's really about it, and that's all that really captured my interest from them. And so yeah.
I've played a lot of Sims too, but they kind of did the same thing. They're like, expansion pack, expansion pack, expansion pack. And I went, I can go online and find these for free, hypothetically.
Yeah.
So,
hypothetically.
Yeah.
Do you know that there was I think it happened this last week. There was a very, very big disappointment throughout EA. Something happened. They lost a license for a certain sport.
What was it?
They can
Ooh.
no longer use the names for golf for golf players.
Oh,
Really?
no.
Yeah.
Oh,
PGA
boy.
pulled their stuff from them, so they cannot use PGA player names anymore.
Yikes. Okay then.
Get ready for
Interesting.
Lion Forest's golf tour.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
So
No?
I'm really disappointed. I was ready to pick that one up. You know.
yeah, right. So the next, I think that we're kind of done. Like I said, I think their biggest focus is going to be Anthem. That really has to be a hit. That really has to come back and really surprise and really get people to trust, to trust EA again. And I think that if they can make Anthem be the game that they're promising, I think it will put them back into the limelight.
What's the
of where EA
promise
wants to be.
what's the promise with Anthem? I mean, it looks like a Destiny clone, kind of.
It's supposed to be. A lot of people were calling Anthem a Destiny killer because it was a fresh new take, and the way
Okay.
Destiny is at the moment,
Yeah.
something. If it has something to capture the audience, they can pull them away because the numbers for Destiny 2 right now is god awful.
They're way low, yeah. You know, I think Dan, you're right with them pushing back to 2019 because they have to figure out a way to get all the loot boxes out of that game so that people will actually buy it and play it. I think, which I mean, it looks cool. So if they can do it, I'll probably buy it. So I mean, good luck for them.
I mean, I
know?
think I plan. I right now I plan on buying it. I just know between the group of friends that I play with, I know that we're all going to be getting it. So, I think it looks interesting. The premise of it looks interesting. I think once again, it's just let's not do 30% of a game that everything is great, and then that last 70% is shit because it's all repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat.
Yeah.
And I think that was the problem with me with Destiny, is that it just felt you were repeating everything all over again and over again and over again. And then you hit Destiny 2 and it's like, great, but this is the same game as Destiny 1.
Yeah.
Mechanics aside, weapons aside, how you can raise your light levels, armor, exotics, all of that, great, wonderful. But there was no want to go out and gather those things in my mind.
Yeah, they missed the mark a little bit.
So
They absolutely did.
So I think we're done with that. The next one, it's actually going to be happening at 1 p.m. and at Chicago time 3 p.m. And I think they did this last year, if I remember correctly, or they had it at a different date than Monday during the day, and they have it Sunday. So that's going to be Microsoft's conference. I'm not really too sure. Who wants to start with this one? Because there's a lot riding on this one for Microsoft.
I
Go
mean,
for it, guys.
I was
You go
going
for
to
it,
say I have an okay amount of things to talk about for Microsoft, and one of those things is the possible release date and maybe even a new trailer for their Cyberpunk game, The Last Night, that was Fable to be coming out like soon. And we haven't really heard very much about it, so I think it would be really, really cool to see something about that. It looks like a really awesome like prospect for a game.
Mm-hmm.
What? I have not heard of that. What is that? The Last Night? Like,
There's
Wait, was
really
Was that Cyberpunk 2077?
yes, I believe so.
Okay, yeah.
I think that
That's
might
what it
have been. I think that might have been its other name. Yeah.
oh, okay.
So
CD Project Red's thing. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I think that actually is. Was it? I actually think that is going to be a multi-platform. I mean, they've already confirmed it's multi-platform with CD Projekt Red. I think you're right though. That is going to be. They really worked up The Witcher 3 on the Xbox. So I think that once again, it's the. I think it's once again it's CD Projekt Red going to be combining with Microsoft to really push that game. That game supposedly is a first-person shooter. And it, I mean, there's nothing. We don't know anything about it.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, there's no gameplay.
Really cool.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. So I think that something's going to happen with that. I think we got to kind of talk about the elephant in the room with Microsoft though, is that they really need to push something that proves that their system is worth it right now.
Oh, you mean like another Halo?
Well, I mean, I could see a Halo. You're right. I could see a Halo. Like, so if you count the past 4, if not 5 E3s, they always have a Forza thing. Now that's great. That's one of their landmark. That's one of their trademark games and all of that. But it's becoming predictable.
Yeah.
You know, if you would go over and watch the same, 4 movies, but the 4 movies showed the same thing 4 times, it becomes extremely predictable.
Like Fast and the Furious.
I'm sorry?
Like Fast and the Furious.
Correct. It's basically the same thing. It's like it's so predictable. Law and Order SVU. You know what's going to happen. You know how they're going to solve something.
Yeah.
So I think that they really need to push something, and I think that they're at that point where they need to take a risk on something, and I think that this year they might be doing it.
What do you think it is?
I think. So okay, so we'll get into the big, the big 3 always have these big huge announcements or whatever that people think of. I honestly think they're bringing back Scalebound.
Scalebound?
Wait, I thought they canceled production of that.
The company did. The company that was working on it, the developer that was working on it, canceled it.
Okay.
I think Microsoft possibly bought the rights and maybe are moving it to a Microsoft studio. People went crazy that game wasn't coming out. So I could see them doing something with that. I see a Halo 6 trailer or something coming through on that end. I see a Crackdown 3 release date. They have to come up with a Crackdown 3 release date. They have to. They need first party. People say, first parties are dead. You need first parties. You just need them, and they need to kind of show that power of it. They need to show why the Xbox One X is the most powerful system. What is going to break them away from it? And I'm going to use the old, and I know that people are going to laugh at me about this one, is the old God of War, or the new God of War that just came out. And there's a joke that goes over and it says, okay, God of War graphics on PlayStation. Xbox graphics, and there's just a blank screen because it's funny. So that would be my biggest thing when it comes to Microsoft.
I think if I can say what I think they're going to do is what they did with Project Scorpio. Right, so was that 2 years ago when they're like, we're coming out with something, but it's coming in like 2 years, but it's going to be the best, right? And that turned out to be the Xbox One X, Xbox One.
What?
It's a terrible name, Xbox One X. Ah, come on.
But you get why they did it, right?
Well, yeah, I do, I really do. But here's
nothing beats the power of X.
Nothing does, except a PC. So I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna do VR. I think they're finally gonna take the plunge into VR, but they're gonna call it Project Unicorn 2020 or something like that, and they're just gonna talk about how it's gonna be great in like 2 years, and like they did with Scorpio. I think that's what they're gonna do.
I think possibly with that. I'm sorry, Grace. Did you want to chime in?
No, I think that that's really interesting because I think that VR, when VR first like came out and started being a thing that was being released like to the public and everything, it was huge. And the Oculus Rift was a really big thing that kind of got even more people into it. So it became this market. And then it's like, there haven't been too many people who've actually like found a successful way to go with it. So if Microsoft might have held back on that, to try and like fine tune some things and then wouldn't be coming out now with their own VR, I think that's a really good prospect, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if they were able to tie that in with Halo, I mean, the way that VR,
oh my God, yeah,
the way that VR works the best is in vehicles. All the first person stuff is kind of hit or miss, but if you're sitting in a starship or an airplane or a car, then your body's not moving, you're controlling a thing and you're looking around. And that's what I've seen is that's how it works the best. So give us Forza with VR, give us Halo where you're driving a thing, VR, give us Microsoft Flight Simulator 20x15 whatever with VR. Do all that to be a vehicle VR console and find a niche and just dig in and stay there. I've known quite a few people that got the PS VR that are like, yeah, I got it. I put it on. I played it for a while and it was the best. And now it's collecting dust. Yeah. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, yep. It's sitting on my desk.
There you go.
Right now.
I have mine sitting too. Skyrim VR was incredible with it, but it's like you need those games. I like the thought of the VR thought. I don't think it's going to be the traditional VR though. So, and I'm going to take you back to 3 years when they did the Halo lens with Minecraft.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You remember?
Oh, I remember that.
They pulled that up, and then that whole 3D thing came up. I think that if they're going to do anything with VR, that's what they're going to try to do. The other thing, though, too, with that is that I think that would end up becoming an exclusive Xbox One X thing because of the power of it. I don't know if that would be if the other, like the S or even a bigger one, would be, be able to, or one of the originals would be able to process that amount of information to be able to do that. But that's the way I see it. And maybe that does come up with a pair of glasses, but it's kind of like that. It's kind of like the Iron Man thing from the movies where he was doing this with his hands and then throwing this away and throwing that away, which if they could do something like that, right down in there, that would be a home run for them.
Yeah.
So,
well, I heard something about the Windows 10 coming to the Xbox, and that makes me shrug and go, why would you do that? But if they give you goggles to look at it, and it is a virtual environment that you're using your windows in, moving windows around and stuff, I could see that. I want VR so I could just sit on my couch and just have like a giant movie screen in front of me to watch things. I think that would be fun.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Ooh. Whoa. Hold up.
Uh-oh.
We lost it again.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no! What's going on?
Oh, we're looking at your desktop now.
Animated.
Yeah, we're looking at my background. And why is this not working again?
You're
Come
so
on.
streaming.
There we go. I know I am.
Still
There we go.
there.
Did I move around? I think I moved everybody around now.
No, it looks
closes us off.
Rotation.
I'm missing. Oh wait, I'm not
You're-
missing. I'm just gigantic in the background.
Closed us off again. Why did it do that? Why did it do that? It should pop us back. Please, pop us back.
We are, Burns, we are.
Oof.
Come on, pop up. There we go. Hold on, it should come back. There we go.
Am I
So
still
we lost Grace. There
Grace
she
is
goes.
just
I am in the background.
Yeah, she just
I am-
Yeah,
half a hair.
I am the background.
Grace and Jesus
Just her eyes.
flopped positions.
I'm just waving around a lot. It's fine.
There we go. There we go. You should fix.
Did we figure it out? Excellent.
I think so.
There
There we
it
go.
There you go.
Wonderful.
Yay.
Yay!
Well,
Wonderful.
this has been one. This has been one fun stream so far.
It
so,
has been, indeed.
so
Okay.
All right, we got EA,
learning.
we
We're
got
learning.
Microsoft. Who are we going to bitch about next?
I actually still had things to talk about with Microsoft. That
Oh.
was okay.
Oh, please
No, go
do.
for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Go
go
I
ahead.
just had like one thing that I think would be really, really cool, and it's one of their I think it's one of their staple games that they might announce a Borderlands 3.
Ooh.
I think that would be really cool. I think it's about time.
Battle Royale.
And
I agree with half of that.
Yeah, because recently Canadian Walmart released their coming soon titles,
yeah.
Mhm.
and they retracted that. And
Oh no, I
Borderlands-
think it's coming. I think
No,
you're
no,
on
yeah.
the wrong. I think you're on the wrong stage.
no, but yeah, Borderlands 3 was on that list that was on the Walmart page.
Yeah, but I like I said, I think you're on the wrong stage. I think it's going to be unveiled at Sony's thing,
really,
if not Nintendo's. I don't think it's going to be unveiled at Xbox.
I don't think it would be Nintendo.
I think-
Nintendo,
Maybe.
Borderlands 3, go with the Switch.
But how
Yeah,
cool
right?
would that be? How cool would that be on the Switch? You know,
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I think it might be announced. I think it might be announced with Microsoft. It could also be with Sony. I mean,
One of the-
we just
one of
don't
the-
know.
Yeah, one of the big guys. Yeah.
But I
Right.
would be super duper down for a Borderlands 3 announcement and release date, if not with Microsoft at some point during E3. And then the one last thing that I wanted to talk about was, I don't know if you guys know about the game We Happy Few, and how it had kind of like when it was in early access, a lot of YouTubers, like gaming YouTubers, kind of like latched onto it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I
And-
watched a couple of gameplays of that.
It actually was a really awesome game, and I think I loved the graphics, I loved the art style, all that kind of stuff. It was just it ended up kind of falling flat because there wasn't too much that they ended up having going on with it in the end, by the end of early access. But apparently there's word that they are making some really, really huge changes and adding a lot to it, and that's what they've been working on. So I think it would be really awesome to see a new updated trailer and maybe details about all the things that they've been working on over the last year or so.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I've wanted to play We Happy Few, but once again, Rabbit in the chat has said it, and I agree with him. It was fun, but it was unfinished, and it really needs to be finished.
No, absolutely.
And to see that it would be finished would be really, really cool. No, it has not gotten a full release yet. So, so that's my big surprise. Every big three, or out of the big three, everybody usually has a big surprise game or announcement or something. So my big announcement for Microsoft is I think it's going to be Scalebound. I think they're going to say that. What do you guys think? Do you guys have a big announcement thing that's going to just try to wow the crowd?
For Microsoft, I'm going to say Halo 6.
I agree. I actually agree completely with Jesus. I agree completely. I think it'll be Halo 6.
I think they're gonna I think they're still trying to bring back Fable. I want to see a new Fable, like a reboot or something.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that would be nice.
That
would
would
be
be nice.
yeah, because they
But
had
they need something big to really just capture their audience again. And
yeah,
if it was between Fable and Halo, Halo's the moneymaker.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's true.
I mean,
It is.
they did it was adventure game, and then they did the motion, the Kinect version that didn't do anything, and then the card game that got canceled, and if they could just reinvigorate that franchise somehow. There's a lot of fans just waiting to buy something. Like me, I enjoyed the first 2 games, never finished the third one, and I'm just waiting for something cool. So, with the way the graphics are now, do some cool cartoony thing. Go be, fighting and magic and you just, yeah. I want something. I don't know what, but I want something.
Sounds
All right.
good. Okay, moving on. The next one, and this is going to be for some reason they always go late night, and I know that they kind of bombed last year, so they need something with this. And I'm going to allow Grace to take this one because I know that she's a fan of this development company. That's Bethesda. That's at 6:30 in California. And the reason I keep going West Coast to Chicago time is Grace and I are actually in Chicago time, and Steve and Jesus are in Western time. So that's why we're kind of going back and forth. And obviously everything's showing up. Everything's in LA. So Bethesda is going at 6:30 p.m. Los Angeles time and 8:30 p.m. Chicago time. So Grace, I'm going to let you take this one because I know that you have some stuff to say about this. So go.
Goodness gracious, yes. Okay, so Bethesda is awesome. I really, really love Bethesda. They have all kinds of awesome things like Skyrim, which is, like I said, that's what I've been obsessed with recently. I've been super obsessed with Skyrim, which has been out for a while. And that kind of brings me to my first point, which is it might be reaching quite far because there have been very many mixed reports on this. But if we could just get an Elder Scrolls 6, that'd be so good. I'd be so happy with that. Oh my goodness. It might not be talked about much, given that there are some reports that the game is in the works and won't be ready for a few years. But there have been reports that Elder Scrolls 6 is a thing that will eventually happen. If they could just release it now, that would be awesome. I think that would be the best thing. If they could just give us either like a trailer or something like that. Be like, hey, look at this, and maybe it's going to be like, hey, look at this, and it's going to possibly be ready as early as this fall. There have been some reports where people have seen various things on the internet. They're probably not super great reports because I don't know how they would have gotten them. But just that it could be ready as early as like fall 2018. And I think that would be phenomenal.
That'd be
would
great.
Toss all my money at an Elder Scrolls 6 game.
Yeah.
All of it.
Oh, you would be. I think you and about 20 million other people would want any type of collector's edition that you could get their hands on.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, were you going to say something?
No. You're good.
As far as Bethesda, if I could talk a little.
No, for sure.
Elder Scrolls 6, yes, please. If I'm gonna make dumb predictions, I'm gonna say we're gonna get a trailer for that and we're gonna get a release date for that. Is what I think.
That's what I hope for so much.
Yes. Because reports it's their main studio goes between Elder Scrolls and Fallout now. They just kind of go back and forth. So I think we'll get trailer and release date for 6, and I think we're gonna get trailer. Not a real trailer, but a teaser trailer for Fallout 5. 5? Yeah, 5. I think we'll get that, and that'll be like, fall 2020 or something, but they'll show a couple of pictures, at least give us a location, or they'll tease just the tiniest bit. Their Project Starfield, whatever that is, I think that's going to be front and center, and that's going to be available November this year, whatever that thing is, that they're going to push that. And then they'll talk about their expansions for Elder Scrolls Online. I guess people play that game. And Rage 2, right? That's coming, I guess.
It's official, yeah.
Yeah, that's official.
Rage 2 is official.
Yeah. I don't know who that game's for, though. Because it's somewhere between Borderlands and being serious. I don't know. Because Rage was a very serious game. And it was too serious, and people would rather play Borderlands. And it's kind of that same environment of vehicles and guns and shooting and running around this environment. And I don't know, Rage 2, they were like, well, let's go funner with it. But if a Borderlands 3 is announced, like, it's going to be that versus Rage 2. Like, those two are going to be like head to head for people. Like, which one would you want to play? Because you're not allowed to play both.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Never allowed to play both.
never. One has to win, one has to lose. So yeah, I'm with you, Grace. Give us more Elder Scrolls. I'll just throw my money at the screen until it comes to me.
Okay. Jesus, did you want to add anything else?
No, not really. They kind of said exactly what I was thinking. Is they'll have a teaser trailer for Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, and I think it would say coming 2025.
I think
No.
I think they're gonna just say in development because,
Yeah.
like Steve said, they're gonna be focusing on their space RPG, and
Now,
That's
do we know, is the space RPG actually something Todd Howard is actually working on, or
I don't know.
is this given to other people throughout the company?
I have not heard, but I have not looked into it too deeply, so I really don't know.
Okay, because if Todd Howard is working on this Starfield game, I don't think we're going to hear anything about Skyrim 6 for at least another 2 years,
yeah.
at least.
That makes me so sad.
Sorry, I just read the chat. So
All right. So next on the list.
next on the list, actually, let me pull that up. Let's see, where is that? There to go. It's going to be Square Enix. That comes in Monday at 10 a.m. in Los Angeles time, noon for Chicago. I think we can I think there's two things that we would want to say with Square Enix, and then it would be fine. And that's one, give us a Kingdom Hearts 3 and give us a Final Fantasy 7 remake release date. That's it. That's all we care about. Even if it was 3 minutes long and says this is what's happening, and then they walk away, we would be happy. Anything else we don't care about.
Nope.
I mean, that's my thing. Possibly the Avengers game that they're working on.
Yeah.
Supposedly they're working on an Avengers co-op game, like Marvel. What was that? Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're working on something like that, but obviously higher up. But I think that would be it. Just come out with those two release dates, and then nobody else would care.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think they're also going to come out with Life is Strange 2. I think that they're going to end up having probably just maybe like a little bit of gameplay or something like that from it, at least another trailer, because that's definitely in the works and it's upcoming. And then the other one that I found that I'm excited for that's been like teased once and then has just never been talked about again was Project Prelude Rune. It's by the same people who made the Tales series, so like Tales of Zestiria and Berseria, that whole thing. And so it should be kind of similar as far as like kind of like the art style, I would guess, but better. It seems, just from the little bit that I've looked at, and I've played Tales of Zestiria. That was the game that I was playing before Skyrim, and there were a lot of aspects of it that I really enjoyed, and there were a lot that I did not. So I'm hoping it's still in very, very early development, so we can't really expect much, but it looks like it's going to be gorgeous, and I think that they might do a teaser trailer this E3, and I'd be so excited to watch that.
Could be good. Could be fun. So, anybody else have anything to add to that?
Not
No.
really. You kinda
Not
just
really?
Hit the mark. You hit the mark
Yeah.
on that, man.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Yeah,
got
I
it.
mean,
Like I've been
there's-
waiting for Kingdom Hearts forever. Like forever.
Everybody is, and that's the thing. It's just they just need to do it. They just need to commit to it, which is kind of interesting though, because when was the last time that Square Enix actually had a conference?
2015.
2015 was the last time. So we're
Yep.
looking 3 years ago. So I mean, they have to be. One of these games has to be getting some form of a release date. Something.
Oh, they will. They will. I don't know about Final Fantasy VII, but Kingdom Hearts will get it because of all the press that it's been getting recently. You know, for sure we'll get a release date for it because it is coming out this year. That is for sure. Just
Yep.
what month?
Right.
Final Fantasy VII, that's still up in the air. I'm hoping it might show up this year. That would be amazing. But they
Yeah, I
might
think so.
it might be until early next year, like their first quarter.
Okay.
And we just might get some surprises here and there from Free.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, now that we're halfway through the conferences, just want to, for everybody that's on here and when we'll be replaying this, we will be live for certain conferences. I don't think we can make all of them, but we will be live on here with the stream in the background, and we will be giving you our reactions to announcements and everything that's going on with that. That schedule will come out sooner than later on who's going to be at what conference and who's going to be streaming with that. The other thing, too, is look for our channel. We will be streaming games. We'll be setting that up very, very soon. So when we're playing, if you want to join us on co-op things or anything like that, feel free to do that. And then if you want to follow us on Twitter right now at the Save Point. Is it the Save Point podcast? What am I? Am I even looking at the stream? The Save Point at the Save Point. So please follow us.
Yeah.
And go from there. We will also be posting the audio of this stream on Podbean and other devices when we can, other platforms. So hold on for that, and you will see us do that. And let's get back to our predictions.
I actually, if it's okay, I do have one more quick thing to add that goes technically into Square Enix.
Nope. Sorry. No. Okay. No. Go
It's
ahead.
over.
Gosh
Done.
darn it. No, did you guys ever see anything about a survival action shooter called Left Alive?
No.
Because I
No.
think that might end up getting a trailer or more details released, or maybe even a release date.
Okay.
Wait. Who was working on that?
I'm not exactly entirely sure. I'm sure that I could look it up really quick.
Google. Someone.
Don't
in
mess
chat
up the
says
stream.
hi.
Don't mess up the stream.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Hi,
No, I'm only
Ethan.
kidding. Go ahead. It would be on my end.
No, definitely. It's the producer is Shinji Hashimoto, and it's Square Enix is the
Okay.
developer and the publisher.
All right. Huh.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
it's supposed to. It's just going to be an up and coming shooter game, and that's really. It's kind of all I know about it, to be honest. It just looked really cool from the. I saw a couple like art pieces from it, like the. There's like a title screen that I saw, and then something else, like box art possibly.
Okay.
Then we,
Cool.
That might
It might-
be box art.
we might get teasers then, possibly.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, because it actually does look really cool, and I'd be really interested in seeing more about it. Just something, just like, I don't know, just the fact that it would be another survival like action type shooter. I almost feel like I kind of get the vibe that it might be a like Destiny, like grabbing towards Destiny, but also gravitating towards Fallout, where it might be something kind of like if you mixed the two. So we'll have to see.
Cool. Right on.
Cool.
All right.
Nice.
Sorry, that was my last little.
No. It's all good. It's
My
all
last
good.
little offshoot there.
Okay, so the next conference after Square Enix, that's going to be Ubisoft. That's going to be 1 p.m. Los Angeles time, 3 p.m. Chicago time. And who wants to open with this one? I have my thoughts on it, but if anybody wants to chime in.
Go for it, man. You
The
start
only
us
thing-
off.
The only thing I know for Ubisoft would be the next Assassin's Creed. Kind of it.
I think we'll get a title.
I don't
think we're.
I don't think we're
going
going to get an Assassin's Creed.
Really.
No, I think they have too many other things right now that are rolling that they would want to push, and I don't think they would want to. They oversaturated Assassin's Creed before Origins,
Mm-hmm.
and they flopped. And Origins, I think, can hold its own. I think we'll get a DLC for Origins, but I don't think we're going to get a new one. I think what's going to happen is I think they're going to focus a lot on the Division 2. Because that has been announced. That's been announced a long time ago. So I think that we're going to finally get possibly some gameplay, maybe a release window, not a release date. I think Skull and Bones is going to get a release date.
Oh, that game looks so awesome.
It looks so much fun. And if they're learning anything from Sea of Thieves, I think they're learning. I think that's what they were waiting for, was to see how Sea of Thieves did and what people liked.
Honestly,
and then they're gonna, yeah.
Content. We need more content.
You have that, and then I think possibly a DLC for the Fractured But Whole, the South Park game, which is amazingly funny. I'm loving every minute of it. In fact, there's times that I actually have to put the Switch down because I'm laughing just as hard and I can't focus on the game. With that, and then I think Watch Dogs 3.
Yeah.
Supposedly, the rumor Watch Dogs 3 is that it's going to be in London.
Ooh, really?
So,
nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
the new city is going to be London. So, I'm kind of just wondering. So I think that, and then just Dance something, because they always have a dance number.
Yeah.
Are they still doing that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's someone knows.
Just Dance 2019. Out we go.
Yes.
And have it to be off. There's also Beyond Good and Evil 2 as well.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? You're right. I forgot about that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I would be the fact that it seems like it's like as far as going from the first Beyond Good and Evil, this one seems to be more of an open world take, and it also seems to be a bit more mature. So I mean, that's something to look forward to. But again, we haven't really seen too much from this. So if we could just get a trailer and possibly a little bit of gameplay, I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Have you been keeping track of was it called like Space Monkeys program or something like that?
No. What is that?
No,
It's
I haven't.
it's a thing you can sign up. They're putting out developer diaries like weekly or bi-weekly. So there is like stuff out there about the game that you can watch and check out as they're developing it. It's looking real great. So very excited about it.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Anybody else have anything on Ubisoft?
More Assassin's Creed, but do it right. Thank you very much.
I second that.
Hey, I'm branded by the Assassin, so I'm the only one I did not like was Syndicate.
Same.
I thought Syndicate was boring.
I liked it. I'm sorry, but I liked it.
So
Okay. Syndicate, Unity was buggy for me.
Unity was not buggy for me, so I had fun with Unity. I looked online and went, what is all this craziness people are doing? Mine's fine. I got lucky,
Then you
I
lucked
guess.
out. I had like the worst experience with that.
Oh goodness, give me 1 second.
oh,
She's been called
something's
away.
going on with Grace. Okay,
All right.
we'll
Next.
just continue.
Unity. White Rabbit
Sorry,
says
we
Unity
lost track
sucked.
on that one.
What happened?
No, I think the next one. Sorry, we lost track on that.
Apologize for the
It's all good.
for the intrusion.
Hey, you know what? With what we've had to set this up and going through, this is fun.
No, I know. This has been an interesting time.
Yep.
Memorial Day shenanigans are happening behind me, so.
Yeah. PC Gaming Show, 3 p.m. Los Angeles time, 5 p.m. Chicago time. I have no idea what to say about this because I can never find anything on it.
No, exactly. Literally all I have in my notes is that it's a mystery. I'm guessing something with the Oculus Rift is going to happen. I can always hope and pray for like some sort of like either a new Oculus Rift type thing or an addition to what they already have. And then obviously if there's going to be some cool thing where they're going to be like horror games released, that'd be awesome because I don't care what they're about. I'm just always game for horror games. And then, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I also think that maybe they might possibly release a new generation of Acer, like, gaming stuff, like a new computer or something like that, because, you know, they like to do those sorts of things. And Acer's pretty big, so.
Mm-hmm.
That's really all the predictions that I have on this, because you can't find anything on it. You just can't.
No. Nope. I mean, you know what? It was funny because I did watch the Revolver or Devolver or whatever that was last year. Did you guys find that?
No.
Like,
No.
I don't know if it was in bad taste. I don't know if it was in like what they were trying to do with it, but like people were clapping and going crazy, and this woman was like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And then she pulled out a gun and just like fired it into the air.
What?
You know, yeah, it was weird. And then like
Okay.
Oh.
by the end of what is it? By the end of what is it? By the end of like the end of it, it was just weird. Like you didn't know what was going on. Like the woman, both of them like had their heads explode.
Oh,
Okay.
dear.
Yeah, like literally, it was like their
Sure.
heads exploded all over the stage, and it was just like I don't understand what you're trying to do here. You know what I'm saying?
Was it
So-
promoting something? I don't understand.
I don't even know how to describe it.
Okay.
It just was, you just got to pull it up. Pull up the Devolver, 2017 E3 thing,
Okay.
and it was just weird.
I'll check
Okay.
it out. I'll check it out.
At some point, I will as well.
Yeah. Sounds
In 1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour.
1 hour.
So I mean, PC is always good. I just don't know. I think it's
Yeah,
just going to be.
I think that's just gonna be a fun surprise for all of us.
Mhm. Agreed.
So let's just let that be our surprise for now.
Yes.
Wild card.
Wild card. Okay. And then let's see what else. Sorry, I'm pulling up my notes. I'm doing about 12 things at once over here.
No, you are totally
That's good.
fine.
Because
So
next it's Sony, one of my favorite companies.
yeah, Sony. So 6 p.m. Los Angeles time, 8 p.m. Chicago time. I can tell you right now, I will be on for that one to be live with that one. That's like my guaranteed one. I agree with you, Jesus. I am a Sony fan. And anybody who's in the chat knows this, who knows me. So
Then it's gonna be you and me then for that
Yeah.
conference.
basically,
Load
and then
up.
anybody else that wants to join. I'm gonna hold off on what I'm thinking with this. You guys go ahead. Somebody go ahead with it.
Okay.
Here.
I mean, Jesus, did you wanna?
So I'm gonna go with Bloodborne 2. Bloodborne
Wow.
2. They did a little. From Software did a little teaser at the
Mhm.
Game Awards, and everyone was talking about it. I think we're gonna see something about it because
There was a teaser at the Game Awards.
yeah, there was. There was
There
it
was.
it was just some words and then an image, and it was like if you took that scene and I don't know how to explain it because if you anyone who's a fan of it would just have like drawn themselves just because of the visuals from it. It screams Bloodborne. So I have a feeling we're gonna see something Bloodborne 2 related.
I agree. I agree entirely. Yeah.
Well, they said that they're going to be focusing on 4 games. And that's going to be their main focuses are going to be on 4 games, and that's going to be Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
The Ghost of Tsushima. I'm
Yes,
excited. I am excited.
They said Spider-Man and
I'm excited about that one. Yeah.
That looks cool.
Days Gone, and I can never remember the 4th one.
Last of Us Part 2.
Last of Us.
Yeah, The Last
2.
of Us Part 2.
Ooh, yeah.
They're going to have so Sony's been kind of doing a really different thing their past 2 years. Like 2 years ago was God of War, and they opened up with the orchestra, and they had all of that. And then, what is it? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so one game for sure I feel we're gonna see some gameplay is Death Stranding.
Oh.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
We're gonna get something.
That's the other one. It was Death
That
Stranding.
oh god, I am so ecstatic for that game. Like
We're gonna get an hour of gameplay, and no one's gonna know what's going on whatsoever. It's just like an
Like,
art
yeah,
project.
Genuinely.
it's
Yeah.
It's gonna be PT all over again.
So,
God.
so
God.
do you want to know my favorite of all time Kojima thing that he did at an E3?
What's
Go
that?
for it.
So, do you remember the Metal Gear Rising game
Yes.
where it was Raiden and all it was a hack and slash? So
Yeah.
they go through this whole like long elaborate thing or whatever like that, and everybody's cheering or whatever, and the screen goes black, and then it pops back up, and he's taking the katana and he's cutting watermelon.
Yep.
So,
I love it.
so I think getting back to what I was saying with Sony, I think what they're doing is they're trying to break away from this normal of we're going to cram specs, we're going to cram that we're the greatest, we're going to cram that this and that down your throat type sort of thing. I think what they've done the past 2 years, and it's worked very well, is that they allowed the games to speak for them. I mean, if you really look at it, God of War, they didn't talk about anything with God of War on stage. It was all other interviews. So that they gave to kind of know that it was Norse mythology and all of that. They didn't really say any words with it. So I think that's going to be the kind of the trend with it. I don't think we're going to get a Last of Us 2 release date. I don't think we're going to get a Death Stranding release date. I do think we're going to get the Ghost of, what is it again?
Tsushima.
Tsushima. I think we are
Okay,
going to get
guess how
release
it's
them with them. And then, God, what was their other one? I mean, we already know about Spider-Man.
Days Gone.
Days Gone, and I think we're going to get a release date for Days Gone. So
Is that zombie game?
Yeah.
yeah, that's the zombie game.
Okay, so that's
and Osoman in the chat makes a great point. He said they didn't talk about anything on stage at Sony last year. It was just trailers. I think the only thing that he did talk about, I take that back. They did talk about one thing, and that was Sean Layden coming out. Talk about a couple of things. He talked about the Crash Bandicoot remake, and he talked about Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Those were the things that he talked about. But once again, though, it wasn't we're cramming things down your throat type sort of thing like Sony has done in the past. I think they realized that the success of the PlayStation and the PlayStation 4, and I think they also realize, the other thing too is that they used to jab, and this was something I think Jack Trenton did, and I didn't like it when he did it, even though some people would say that I'm lying about it, but I didn't, is that they would throw these little jabs at Microsoft without actually saying Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't done that. They haven't done that in a long time, except for the one before the consoles were released. But remember, that was also Jack Trenton. Trenton was the whole used game joke type sort of.
yeah.
You can use games, you can sell them, you can keep them, all that. But remember, that was still Jack Trenton's time. Once Sean Layden came in, there's kind of been a professionalism that has gone. I take the old adage of I know it was a Green Bay coach and I can't remember who it was. I think it was Lombardi who said it, but it was when you score a touchdown, act like you've been there before.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what Sony's looking at. Sony has been on top before. Obviously, they're on top now, and I think that hopefully that's the approach that they're going to take. Still, is that we've been there. Let's act like we've been here before, type sort of thing. I did read a leak though. And I'm wondering, this is my E3 overall kind of prediction type sort of thing, and that if it is true, I think it will make people go crazy, and I think it will actually make the PC people get really, really, really mad, and that is the big rumor is, WoW is coming to PlayStation 4.
As a PC player, I don't care. I think that's cool. I mean,
yeah, same. I'm in the same boat. It's a fun idea, and it's possible. We've seen it done with one of the recent Final Fantasy games. It is possible.
Technology isn't a problem anymore.
So
if you're still a fan of WoW, or if you don't know what it is and you want to get into it, and you have a PS4, are you going to? if you've been playing WoW for the past 20 years now, or whatever it is.
I picked up Diablo 3.
Okay. I mean,
I
but
did too.
there's a difference there.
So, I
though.
mean-
there's a difference. If it was,
Yep.
if instead they said WoW's coming to PS 4 whatever, interesting. If they said Blizzard is coming to PS4, that would be cause for alarm. Like, they said, here, you download Blizzard thing, and then here's all of the games, and you can play everything. That would be something special, I think.
Yeah.
I agree.
That
Okay.
one, I'll wait and see on that one. That one sounds like a fun rumor.
Yeah.
hmm
Oh,
And then supposedly this is the far-fetched one, and I don't think it's going to happen. I don't even know why I'm bringing it up. Supposedly there's going to be a successor to the Vita,
Oh yeah.
okay.
but I think Sony should just pack up their cards and just say, okay, we're giving that space to Nintendo for right now.
Yeah.
I would definitely agree, especially with where they're at with the Switch and how popular that's been. Like,
Mm-hmm.
ugh. Give them their own lane for a minute.
Yep.
See how that goes.
Yep. Anybody have anything else?
Last thing for me.
Yeah.
One thing, since they've been doing really well with all these remasters, with Crash, with Spyro, and God of War, I could imagine seeing a Jack and Daxter remake.
Ooh.
I
I
can
could
see
see
that.
I could see a new one.
Yeah.
Or a new one, yeah. A
Right.
I see
remastered
a new
and
one.
a new one.
A remastered
I guess
and a new one. I could also see a remastered Ratchet and Clank too.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. I could
they,
see that.
They kind of are in the same space though. Like you don't want to saturate that space. I think it'd be great to see Jack and Daxter again. I played that on my PS2 way back when. It was a fun game. They need to bring back just like fun game. Don't worry about DLC. Don't worry about online stuff. Just jump in, have fun in a game, and then when you're done, you turn it off and you go away.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is where
Yeah,
Microsoft is screwing up. Not everything needs to be
That's-
connected all the time.
that's my take.
Good deal.
Nice. So we have our last one that we're going to talk about, and that is Nintendo. Nintendo is at 9 a.m. in Los Angeles, 11 a.m. here. They haven't done a live presentation in a long time, so I think it's just a Treehouse, isn't it? That's what they're doing?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Treehouse Direct or whatever.
Treehouse. What is that?
It's their special little section where they have all their developers and
Okay.
workers just do it.
Fair.
They're fun
Yep.
segments.
Yep. So we got that. Nintendo. Obviously, I think the thing that's going to steal the show is going to be Smash Brothers. I mean, they have they mentioned it. They have to show something.
Yeah.
So I actually was researching a little bit, and there's someone posted a possible leak if you want to go through that list, because it's a list of their actual conference. If you want to go down the rabbit hole with me.
Let's do it. Let's go down the rabbit hole.
All right. So
This is
the first one.
grain of salt, right? Like none of this is confirmed at all.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
these are all just rumors. Anyone can fake this, but
Yeah, exactly.
so the first thing is Smash Brothers. We're gonna get a trailer.
Sure.
Next thing, we're gonna get a Punch Out.
Yep.
Okay.
That
That's one of the ones that I was going to talk about that I was like, I'm super excited to see if they do that. Mostly because I really love watching the Game Grumps play through any like Paper Mario and that kind of stuff. Like I love watching them play through those, but yeah.
next on their agenda is they're gonna talk more about their Splatoon 2 DLC, the Octo. I forget what it's called. But that DLC,
Octopath Traveler.
something like that, yeah. So they're gonna be talking about that. After that, they're going to be talking about Metroid Prime 4 with a name now, Renegade.
Ooh.
That would be interesting.
Which will come out in 2045.
Let's see here. Then they're going to be hitting Fire Emblems Memories. Their new fun note. Apparently,
Grace got happy about that one.
I did. Such cute art style. Ah.
They're going to be bringing Fallout 3 Anniversary Edition to the Switch.
Fallout
Anniversary
3?
edition?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know if I would want to play that again.
Let's see here. A new Yoshi's game, Flipping Islands.
Sure.
That'll be
Sure.
cute. That'll be cute.
So there's been that rumored Pokemon game for the Switch, correct?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Pokemon Star.
Yes. So that's not on that wasn't on the list. The games for Pokemon that were on the list were Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
Oh yeah, those are the ones that are supposed to be they're supposed to be like modern remakes of Pokemon Yellow.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So those might be what people are. That might be what the games are going to be.
If they release those new Pokemon games, I'm gonna totally actually ask for a Switch for my birthday because I can't afford one on my own. Because
No,
that would literally. It's supposed to be a new. There's supposed to be a new core game coming out, but then they're also just like in making Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. It's like it's they can. There's rumor that they're going to be able to like communicate with each other like through the Switch and all that kind of stuff. Like if you have both games, and I don't know how that's going to work exactly, but I mean it sounds like it's just going to be awesome. And I'm like, if you do this to me, if you release these, I have to get a Switch. I just must.
I have. That's the
Yeah.
only thing I've been waiting. I've been waiting for a reasonable collection of games for me to purchase a Switch. There are some good games.
Mhm.
I want to have a reason to spend another $300 on a system.
Oh my god, I know, right?
No, take that away, Stan. Take that away.
So I love my Switch. I got it the launch, and I've loved it.
All right. We got three more. F-Zero SX, and then a new Star Fox game, Lithium System.
Okay. Haven't heard about
and the-
Star Fox in a while. Sure, why not?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while for that. And the last one on their conference list is Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah,
Huh.
Fortnite for the Switch. I heard about that as well.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
that is what was posted. And so where do you guys want to go or add?
I don't think we need. I'm not adding anything. I think you kind of hit. I knew that the
Mhm.
Fortnite was a really, really big one. That would. I mean, Fortnite's going to be everywhere, and it's going to happen. I think once again, I think Smash Brothers is going to get a lot of attention, and then
I'm
I
hoping.
think Go ahead.
I'm hoping they'll announce a couple new characters. I'm hoping they bring back Snake. God, I want him back. He was just ridiculous. But I
Cloud
think
was fun to play too.
Yeah, I think they'll be announcing new characters for this new Smash. I think that's kind of it for Smash. It's just going to be a new trailer, new characters.
Did they release a Bayonetta 3 release date yet?
No, not to my knowledge.
I'm wondering if that's. I think I'm wondering if that's going to be put through too. So, with that,
That's the hair lady game, right?
yeah, the hair lady
Yes.
game. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, her hair falls off of her and all of that. So,
Neat.
let's see. Okay, so anybody have anything else that they want to bring up?
Matt or Tucker?
I mean, for the Switch, I'll say like I've seen some cool games come out for it, but nothing yet that has made me go, "Oh, I need to buy this." That didn't happen with the Wii U. It did happen for the Wii. I ended up buying a Wii. I've never been like a huge Nintendo person, so if they come out with something, if they truly occupy that space between a home console and a handheld console, or a portable game, like how they're doing with the Switch, and if they can use that space the correct way, I'll need to buy one. And it sounds like a Pokemon game might just do that. It might get those few holdouts that are like, maybe I'll get one later, to be like, I need one right now. Yeah, there's one right there with yes. Yeah, I mean, I'm a sucker for
Completely
Pokemon
agree.
games. That's why I've have a couple of DSs around here somewhere. So yeah, I hope that.
I
Yeah,
have an Alolan Vulpix and a regular Vulpix sitting directly behind me.
I
There's a
got
Glaceon and a Sylveon over here.
oh boy.
I win.
I got every special edition Pokemon DS out there.
There you
I
go.
So
spent
we
so
ha-
much money on those.
So we have somebody in the chat that says, if it looks more like like Melee, he will definitely buy. But if it goes like a Brawl, family friendly, no competitive Smash, then nope.
Why not
Okay.
both? Give us options.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
Mhm.
Easy mode,
Mhm.
competitive mode. Pick which one you want. Go.
So,
I'd be down for that.
so before we go, I gave you my big one. Does anybody have their overarching, big, huge announcement that's going to blow everybody away? Anybody have one? Make a prediction. Do you want to? Do you not?
I've got one that's gonna blow everybody's mind.
What?
Cross-platform play. Give
Between
us
who?
between Microsoft and Sony.
I would love it so much.
Like if
I would absolutely love it.
if it was PUBG, or if it was that other one that everyone's Fortnite, like if it's a game like that already has a huge fan base and we already know we're playing on both, do it. Cross-platform it.
For them to play nicely in the sandbox, that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Oh, that would
that-
be amazing.
I don't know how likely it is.
Yeah, I don't.
Given
I mean,
your history, but
yeah, I don't. I just the technology's there, and I think
yeah.
we
They're
are
already doing it. I mean, you already see that it's happening.
we're recovering from the console wars that like
Yeah.
nobody wanted to be in. Let's all be friends. Let's all play games together. Like, why does it need to be that way? So if they
Yep.
were to do something like that, I think it would truly blow everybody's mind.
Yep.
And that would be like the thing, like no matter what else is announced, what other games are announced, if that came out, that's all that anybody would talk about. And it would be nothing but good PR for both. And
Yeah,
I don't, and
absolutely.
as great as Nintendo is, they're not in that online space. I don't think they'd be part of it.
I agree.
Nice.
That's mine.
Jesus? What's yours?
Ugh. Honestly, I don't have anything like big. It's
Okay.
just all these minor things, yeah.
What would
I
blow your
got
mind?
nothing.
What would make you go nuts when they announce it? It would make you go, what? Metal Gear 6 with Kojima coming back. Something. What would blow your
God.
mind?
That's more,
Somebody
Like
pulled
my-
up the Half-Life 3 announcement.
oh my
Oh.
god.
Half-
No,
ha-
no,
ha- Half-Life
Check that.
3 is like saying that Daft Punk is coming back to Coachella.
Oh.
You know, all of that. You know, I mean,
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me like that,
Yeah.
man. Come on.
yeah.
I can't.
So,
I got nothing major on that one.
okay. Grace, what about you?
I mean, I already talked about Elder Scrolls 6 and how that's like, it could be many years into the future, but it could also literally be later this year. But we kind of already know about that. If I were to have one really big one that would just blow everybody's mind, then it's probably most likely 100%, well, 99% not going to happen. It would be the revival of Silent Hill PT.
Yes.
Mhm.
That would
Yeah.
be mine. That would absolutely be mine. Because that demo was amazing. So many people picked up on it. It was received so well by the community. And then all of a sudden, it's nope, nothing. It's dead now. Never going to come back to us. And maybe that's not true. Maybe there is a way to revive it and bring it back from the dead.
It's going to be, they're going to bring
Yep.
it back, they're going to revive it, but it's going to be inside of Death Stranding. You have to find it in that game to then play it. That's
I
the
got-
Kojima
You know what,
way.
don't put it past Kojima not to do it.
Yeah.
To do
Okay,
something that references
no.
it.
Yep.
That would be
Yeah.
great. That would be great. I do have something now. I do.
Yeah. Give it to us.
Amazing.
A Nintendo character-based battle royale.
Oh. Okay.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
That could be very interesting.
What if that's a mode
So-
in the new Brawl
Smash?
thing? The new Smash.
Smash. It's just 3D. You go in there. Like Battle Royale, guys. Pick your character.
Smash
Go.
Royale. Everyone picks.
No,
and
Smash
we go.
Royale. That's what it is. Smash Royale.
That could be cool.
Copyright. That's mine now, Nintendo. I said it first.
Well, if it is, we give credit. But with that, I think we're going to end just from me to you guys. Like I said, I reached out to you guys, and you guys have been have bought into and supporting this thing. So I wanted to thank you guys on our first episode. So thank you for being part of the team, and I'm enjoying every second of it. So thank you guys for joining us. Everybody has joined in the chat and in the stream. More will come. Follow us on Twitter, The Save Point. Follow us on Twitch. We will be back. Announcements. We will be back for E3, doing our reactions. We're going to look to Jesus if we can. I don't know if we've set it up properly or not, but maybe rebroadcast this a couple of times on our Twitch.
I'll get on that.
We'll get on that. So
Well, yeah.
Awesome. So guys, thank you, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.